Hey everyone, Grouchy Lenny here. Doing this video as an entry to Texas Rebel Combat Vets TXR 100 giveaway. Um, Texas Rebel, is pushing in on 100 subscribers here, so he started his giveaway, and he's doing a fantastic job. If you haven't seen his channel, go check it out. I'll put a link in the description. Um, I'll have a link to his channel in the title of the video too. Go check him out. You know, he's a great picker. He's really new on the scene. He's only been picking a couple months here, but he is just doing a fantastic job picking, doing a great job getting involved in the community, making friends, and doing live streams, and really fantastic. Great guy. A lot of fun to talk to, a lot of fun to listen to. So definitely go check his channel out. He wants us to do a few things on here for this video entry. First thing is to give a shout out to a picker who's got fewer than 100 subs. I'm going to shout out Stoffel 12B Picks. He is a fantastic picker. He is picking some really high level stuff, and his videos are entertaining. Definitely go check him out. I've had some really good conversations with him through YouTube posts about picks that he's trying and you know, tools we're working on and things like that. And really great guy. Definitely go check his channel out. Give him a subscribe. Check out some of his videos. Throw him a like. I've got a little project coming up that I can partly say was inspired from a brief kind of semi-humorous conversation he and I had in the comments section of one of his videos. So I'll be announcing that probably next week. Just got a couple things I have to do to prep for it, but go check Stoffel 12B Picks out. Link will be in the description. We're supposed to talk about what we're working on too. I just recently got this Paclock PL410 Pro picked on camera. It was my first blue belt lock picked on camera. I've opened a few of them here and there, but this is the first one I captured on camera. And I've got that and these Paclock 98 Pros. I've got a couple more off camera here, but trying to work on getting those a little more consistent, a little faster opens with those. Just need to kind of get myself a little more in sync with reading them and being able to pick them. The other thing I'm working on is I've got this American Lock S1100. The S1100 is the American Lock 1100 body, but it has the Master Lock 410 cylinder in it. You can see that's a 401. Got it upside down, but that's a 401 key, which is one of the standard keys for the Paclock 410 Lottos. So I'm working on turning this into a challenge lock to meet my blue belt requirement, so I can get blue belt between the video on that Paclock 410 open. I'm going to be starting to cut pins hopefully this weekend. I can find time to get out in the garage, clean up in the garage a little bit, and make myself a workspace where I can cut some pins and make some modifications to the cylinder here. Looking forward to that. That is not my forte. It's not my strong point. I'm not great with like woodworking or metalworking or anything like that. So it's going to be definite learning experience. I expect my first challenge lock to be a little iffy quality wise, but we'll see. I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a good shot, and I hope I enjoy it, and hope I make some more in the future. I'm really enjoying talking to some of the challenge lock makers in the community. So I've been having a good time talking to them and learning from them about the process and how they work with it and things, the tools they use. So in particular, I've been hanging out with Elroy a lot, who has gotten a bit of notoriety for his really crazy pin creations he's been coming up with. Sorry, there goes my phone. The other thing I'm working on, I'm going to be diving into the wild, wild world of medicos. Once I get my blue belt, I'm going to be heading for purple belt. So I have these medicos I picked up recently. I haven't really started messing with them yet. Again, I want to get little more solid on the blue belts before I start learning something new. Kind of get my skills a little more polished here. Um, but I am looking forward to that. I've been reading up a little on the Medicos and studying them, and they are gorgeous locks. Um, really, the insides are compared to the lower belt locks, the insides are quite intricate, and really enjoying learning about them. Um, really enjoying diving into them, and hopefully, I've been reading up on the Medicult website, TheMedecult, which has a lot of information. I like to nerd out over locks. Once I get into a lock, I start trying to learn more about it, more about its history, more about the different variations you can find. I kind of did that with the Master Lock 140 series. I did a video on, and I've kind of nerded out a bit recently on the American 1100s and on the Master Lock 6835s, which I've been learning a little more about. So I'll probably do the same thing with the Medicos. They're just really interesting locks, and that's just kind of how I go. I like to be a little bit of a book nerd and learn history and such behind these things. As far as advice for new pickers, which is something else Texas would like us to give, I'm going to say take your time. Not just when you're picking on a lock, but take your time learning the skills. When I went from orange belt to green belt, I had to learn. I up to orange belt, I had only used bottom of keyway tension. I had not used a vise to do any picking. I did everything picking in hand. The only experience with the security pins I'd had was spool pins, and that's one of the big things in green is you don't just have the occasional spool pin, but you're generally pretty fully, for the most part, picking security pins. And sometimes you get some security elements on the key pins, even like the 1100 series. Some other ones will have serrated key pins, plus serrated driver pins, spool pins, serrated spool pins. It just gets more complex from there. And I had to kind of learn a bunch of different skills all at the same time going up to the green belt. So I recommend when you're still picking yellow and orange belt stuff before you start getting into green belt and blue belt, pick an advice. Try top of keyway tension. Mix it up. Do some bottom of keyway tension, top of keyway tension. Try different picking tools. I mostly went with short flats up to that point. And I had some American 1100s that have some pretty aggressive bidding, and because of the binding order, it actually came into play on a couple of them. So I had to start using deeper hooks, and I had not experimented with deeper hooks, so I had to learn the muscle memory for working with deeper hooks. So, bite things off a little bit at a time. The other advice I'm going to give new pickers has really nothing to do with picking, but it has everything to do with the community, and that's get involved. Get involved with the locksport community. This is a really fantastic community. Really phenomenal people, friendly, supportive, knowledgeable people out there who want to share their knowledge. They're not trying to lord things over everyone like, oh, I'm so much better than you or anything. Everyone's really supportive in here. Everyone loves sharing the knowledge they have. Everyone loves giving advice, talking, supporting, cheering you on while you're going your journey, even though they've gone through the journey long ago, and they might be black belts and so many dans in the black belt, but they're still going to cheer you on when you get an orange belt open, because they remember how it felt. They remember all the things you had to learn to get that far in the process, and they celebrate it. So it's a really great community. Definitely I recommend getting involved. There's Reddit, there's Discords, there's the YouTube, there's probably others. There's Tool, organizations like Tool that has local meetups where you can meet people in your area if you're in an area that has enough pickers to have a Tool chapter. Get involved in these kind of things. I know Sandman's they did that good size get together in Austin last month. They're talking about doing it again next year, or this year. It's 2026 now, so later this year they're going to do it again. Get involved. My experience has been all the richer for the people that I've met online and in person. I've met a few pickers in person, and it's really a fantastic community. Uh, get on Lady Lock's live stream or other live streams and chat with people, and just get to know the people in the community, and let people get to know you. I think you're going to have a good time. I know my experience is all the better, and I stay much more engaged in locksport than I would if I was just over here picking locks on my own, kind of off in my own corner, which is kind of my tendency. I'm a little bit of an introvert, believe it or not. But yeah, definitely get involved in the community. That would be my advice. I gave a shout out to a picker. What I'm working on, so the last thing I need to cover for this is a short story recommendation. Now, if you've seen, but Tex Rebel's been writing short stories. He's been using his creative juices and creating these kind of cute, fun stories, good sense of humor in them, and clever, interesting stories. So that's fun. It's a different take on the hobby and different take on the scene, and it's fun. I recommend you check some of his short story videos out, either the ones that the pickers thereabout are reading them, or he's done some videos too, just to make them a little easier to kind of find them in a central location. But he wanted us to give recommendations for what we would like to hear in a short story about Texas Rebel. Now, I thought about it, kind of pondered, and if you've ever seen Texas Rebel, he's not a little guy. He's like 6'3", and he's got this epic beard. You ever see his live streams, you'll see he's got this really, really great beard. So, big guy, beard, I'm thinking Hercules. I'm going back to like Greek mythology. Hercules had the 12 labors, right? Well, there's 9 belts in locksport. So I thought, what about Texas Rebel and the 9 locksport labors that Texas Rebel had to overcome in his journey? So I'd like to hear that. I'm a D&D nerd, so I kind of dig mythology and all that stuff. That's what I would say is I'd like to hear Texas Rebel's 9 locksport labors as a short story. Anyway, that's pretty much what I've got to say here. Thanks for watching. Definitely go check out Texas Rebel CombatVet. Go check out Stoffel 12B Picks. I'll put them on the screen one more time. Those are their YouTube handles, but also I will put links in the description down below. Go check them out. Give them a subscribe. Support them. Y'all have a great day. Have a fantastic 2026. Keep on picking and grinning. Bye.